an adjustment. Oh, I think that'll do it. I think it will. It's time for the front seat frivolities. Now, I have begun thinking about, and David put this bug in my ear. David from Vintage Uprising, Texas. And I'm going to tell you the bug that he put in my... No, it wasn't a bug. He gave me an idea. But we have to wait a second. Sometimes... There we go. Okay. You have to remember... Hi, Jennifer and Justine. First one's in. First one's here. Hi, Josh Boy. You have to remember when you go live... before you go live, there's all these little things you have to click. One time, you'll get a kick out of this. This is just like me. One time, where was I? I think I was in a parking lot in North Carolina. I was visiting my former college roommate. Good afternoon, Mary. And I was doing a live, and I forgot to press for the public. There's a spot where you have to go in and tell everybody that that this is for the public and not private. You know, I sat there for an hour running my mouth, thinking there weren't any comments, but I think I had the comment thing turned off. Anyway, I had forgot to press public. I sat there for almost an hour talking to myself. But I'm public today, aren't I? I think so. Woo! I'm sitting in the sun. Wonderful. It's not, what is it? I don't know. It's not warm yet, but the wonderful thing is I took a look at the forecast for next week. We're going to have 3 consecutive days that are going to hit 50. Oh, I don't think we've had 3 afternoons that hit 50, probably since early November. Yeah, right? Anybody else excited about we're going to have a few days of 50? And instead of being 9 degrees in the morning, yay! Okay, that's it for the weather. Revive It, aren't you out thrifting? You know where I am, Revive It, if you look behind me. But I've already been inside and gotten the good stuff. No, I'm kidding. Are you where I am today? I don't know. I know you're out shopping. I have to make this. I'm having dinner with my parents tonight. I haven't seen my mother and stepfather since Christmas Day. Because they take off for warmer climates for January and most of February. No, I had dinner with them. That's not true, because I had dinner with them last weekend. This will be the second time I think that we're having dinner. Anyway, you got the good stuff. It's time for the front seat frivolities. Oh, that's right. David told me that I should compose a theme song. Now, I was a music major in college, and I have composed some things just for myself. Nothing big. But I'm going to compose a little jingle for the Two Chaps Live sale and front seat frivolities. And I shall record myself playing it. I hope. So if you're new to this, what is it? Well, for about an hour, everybody sips on something. I usually show you some of the things I've thrifted today, and we have in the news, jokes, trivia, and so forth. And so I'm delighted to have 52 people here. Sometimes I announce I'm doing this, and sometimes I don't. And I didn't get a chance to announce this one because I didn't know I was doing it today. So Run and get something. You have a minute. Woo. Get a little afternoon. What time is it? Is that all? 1:15? Thought it was later than that. Hi, Adele. Go and get yourself a little something something. You won't miss anything. I have to tell you, I wish I could show you. I feel like I'm on the moon. Huh? Oh, good. Passion tea with lemon and honey. Sounds like a winner. I have to tell you, I feel like I'm on the moon. I'm parked in a parking spot where I have a patch of grass on my right and a patch of grass in front of me. And it's where the plows have piled up all of that snow, which was 6 feet tall. Now it's about maybe 4 feet tall, but it's surrounding me on two sides, and it's all like, it looks like the surface of the moon. You can't see it. I'm not dare going to try to touch this camera and reverse it. I'll probably have myself speaking in Swahili if I do that. I'll press something and I'll have a cat head and I'll be speaking in another language if I do that, because I'll press the wrong button. But anyway, that's when the snow is kind of ugh. But I'm trying to see the beauty in it, even though it's got ugh. Kind of looks like the surface of the moon. That's called parking lot snow. Yeah. Okay, everybody, are you back yet? I am excited to where I can hardly tell you, because this is going to be a blast. Now, the next live sale, not this Monday night, because that's with Patrick the Unbreakable. So that's all Unbreakables, you know that. So it'll have to be the Monday night after that. I got my hands on, a little bit more than a dozen of those Hazel Atlas State glasses. You know, they were mostly done in the 50s. And I'm going to show you them today. And we're going to have them during that sale as just a set price. And we'll just plow through them that night, just for the fun of it. I may have some trouble with comments today because it is a beautiful sunny day and there's quite a glare. I can hardly see myself, let alone see you. In fact, I need to move my... I know what I need to do. Hold on, cats and kittens. Oh. I think sorry for the noise. I think my cell phone is going to overheat because it is in the window and the sun is coming right in. That happened to me once before. I got overheated. So hold the line for a moment. I don't have one of those things that you... Remember everybody had them back, I don't know, 20 years ago? You still have one of those things? You know what I mean. You unfold it and you put it in your thing. So I'm putting things up here to keep the sun off the camera. Hold on. I wanted to sit in the sun because it felt so good to be in the sun. Okay, that took it off of my camera. Now, if I happen to vanish, it's because my camera overheated, but that should be better. Got the windows rolled down a little bit. Okay. Oh, by the way, I guess you guys already know this by now. I am not sitting in the passenger seat. I am in the driver's seat as usual. And it is, once again, a YouTube issue, not something that we are doing wrong with our cell phones. So some people still think that we need to go into our settings and go boop, 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 but no, trust me. We actually, Dee and Vinny and I did a talk about that I don't know, maybe a week ago, because it's still that way when you live stream on YouTube. Nothing to do with StreamYard and nothing to do when you make a video, but when you live stream, it flipped. And all of us who see that, yeah, it looks like I'm driving in England, I know. Trust me, everybody knows to go into settings, camera, mirror image. That's not this, because none of us fiddled with that. So this happened about 6 years ago with YouTube. It did that. One of these days, they'll either flip it back or leave it that way. Who knows? Let's get rolling. I think my camera's going to be okay now. Let's begin with a bit of trivia, and you cannot Google. If you Google, I am psychic, and you will not be allowed to participate anymore. This is the fun of it, because we're using, as Hercule Poirot would say, the little gray cells, right? Okay. And I haven't looked at these answers yet either. In fact, I haven't even previewed this. Okay. Number one, in what country are the Olmec colossal heads found? Whoa, the Olmec colossal heads. Now, I'm familiar with those big colossal heads on Easter Island, but is Easter Island its own country? So I must not be right on this. I haven't looked yet. In what country are the Olmec colossal heads? Would it be India? Scotland? Mexico? What are those things on Easter Island, those big heads? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? It says flip bottom page for the answer. Huh? What? Where are they? They are in Mexico. Congratulations, everyone who guessed Mexico. I didn't know that. What do they call those big things on Easter Island, those big heads? What? The back up camera on my... I don't know. Okay, well, that was one trivia. Let's have another trivia. Is the Hugo Award given for science fiction, poetry, or painting? Is the Hugo Award given for science fiction, poetry, or painting? La-da-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Pottery? Oh, poetry, yeah. La-da-da-dee, dee, 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 dee. It is given for... Oh, now it's getting... Now I need to... Okay, we've had enough of that chilly air. It ain't 50 degrees yet. But my camera should be okay. It is given for, drum roll please, science fiction. Okay, that one, I am not a science fiction reader. I'm not even a fiction reader. It's rare that I'll read any fiction. I am a non-fiction guy all the way. How about you? You know, the Metropolitan Opera has been on Saturday afternoons for how many decades? Probably, oh gosh, 40, 50? Are you a fan? It's always Saturday afternoon. There's something that they play. I didn't look to see what today's was, but anyway. Documentaries are my favorite, Carrie. Is it Carrie? I love a documentary. But science fiction, it's just not my thing. A little bit of both. You like to mix it up? Yeah. It's Carrie, okay. All right, let's turn her down. We don't need to hear any. I don't want Miss Wagnerian, what's her face, to overpower me. We'll turn her down. She's, unless a really good aria comes on, and then we'll just have to. Okay, let's look at something. I forget what this is, but I just got it. Ooh, it's a very 1930s looking syrup jug. Boy, that ain't your granny's EAPG, is it? Made in USA. Yeah, so we'll have that eventually. I have to clean it. What does it say on the top? Biscuit? Biscuit? Triscuit? I can't read that. I don't know what that says on the top. Did somebody say IHOP? This isn't from IHOP. This is old. This is probably 1940s, even into the 50s. Yeah. Made in USA. Okay. Get down there on the floor. I really didn't mean to show you that. I will show you, and I told you I'm going to do all these, not this Monday night, next Monday night. My first solo sale in March. We're going to be doing all the Hazel Atlas tourist glass things. Now these are, the Hazel Atlas is on there. I need to get this out of the sun so you can actually see it. This one is Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. So we'll have that one. These are fun to collect, and I think a lot of these were done in the 50s before Hazel Atlas. It wouldn't say Hazel Atlas on there after Continental Can got them. Not for too long anyway. So there is March 3rd. Thank you. Huh? IHOP started in 1958. Yeah, that would have been way too small for IHOP anyway. I mean, they would have had to refill those things 8 million times a day. So we have Washington. I'll go through some of these quickly. We have Massachusetts. A lot of you are familiar with these. And you see Hazel Atlas on the bottom. And then I have North Carolina, Georgia. I get my peaches down in Georgia. Where do you get your peaches? Actually, we have some nice peaches here in South Jersey in the summertime. So, and there's North Carolina and Georgia. We will look at a few more in a moment. But let's get back to the frivolities. Shall we? How about everybody's talking? What are they talking about? Let's find out. Big boy. What is this? Romeo, a 6-year-old Holstein steer, was declared the world's tallest by Guinness World Records. The beast is 6 feet 4 inches tall. 6 feet 4 inches? Now that's a bovine I don't want to run into late at night. I think a steer is part of the bovine family. Anyway. He lives in Welcome Home Animal Sanctuary yeah, you wouldn't have to welcome him home. I think anywhere he wants to be is his home. He lives in Welcome Home Animal Sanctuary in Creswell, Oregon. The previous record holder, a Massachusetts steer named Tommy, was 6'1". Romeo consumes 100 pounds of hay each day. 100 pounds. And enjoys apples and bananas as treats. A woman had rescued 10-day-old Romeo at a dairy farm and brought him to the sanctuary, where operators say the steer is a symbol of resilience and a reminder that acts of kindness can change the world. Well, you go, Romeo. Now, I will say that is exciting news. So now we know Romeo the steer. Yeah, but bovines, the bovine family is usually like cows and that kind of thing. I just wondered if you can put, oh, I didn't put my phone on silent. I hope they're not calling me about, last time I didn't put my phone on silent, somebody called me and said, hello, hello, this is the Garden of Gethsemane. Have you given any consideration to your final planning? I'm not making that up. Now, it was a while ago, but that's the actual truth. I said, yes, I have given consideration to my final planning. Thank you, Garden of Gethsemane. Anyway. Oh, well. You ever get calls like that? I always get, it's time for your oil change. My father had an old pickup truck. And after he died, I kept that old pickup truck going for a while, and then ended up donating it. I forget, like to PBS or something like that. And for years after I had not had that truck anymore, once every 6 months, I would get. Is everybody still here? It all disappeared. I would get notifications. It's time for you, to my father, it's time for you to bring in your truck for an oil change. And I'm sure that he probably roared with laughter over that up in heaven. And it was kind of it was almost like my father reminding me, you better go get your oil changed. All right. Anyway, I'm not supposed to be. What time is it? Okay, let's have another, let's be done with these. Some of these, oh, they really need to be cleaned. There's another North Carolina. There's a Virginia. All right, you can't have North Carolina if you don't have Virginia. Oh, some of these really need to be washed. Now this is for Jamestown, West Virginia. And then this one is for Texas. Shouldn't the Texas glass be bigger than all the rest of them? All right, now don't roll off on the floor and spoil it all. This one says, well, I don't know what this is. What have we got going on up in here? Majestic African mountain sheep? Where on earth do they have them? I guess in regal Dama deer? What? Oh, here we go. Sterling, Alaska. Oh, here it is. It's up top. This says, home of 1,000 animals, Lake Placid, New York. Ausable Chasm. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard the name Ausable Chasm since I think I was a boy. I remember one summer, I'm going to have to ask my mother tonight. I think one summer we drove up to New York State. We went to, I remember, Watkins Glen. Now, I don't remember whether that's Pennsylvania or New York, but, you know, as you go up, we went to Watkins Glen, which is beautiful. We went to a place called Black Mohican, I think. And then up to this place called Alsable Chasm. And we were in station wagons, and I think in those days we were in tents. I mean, you know, it was a summer vacation thing, and my aunt and uncle and my parents, and you know, kids, you can just throw kids on the floor in a tent and they have fun. But I think we were camping in those days. You guys know any of these places? Wait a minute, I can't see it. It goes away so fast. You ever heard of, but that's what it is right there. And apparently they have all these things up there at this 1,000 animal place. There's a river. Oh, oh, oh. All right. There's the sacred white llama. They spit on you if you, Watkins Glen is in New York State. I thought so. Have you been to Watkins Glen? It is beautiful. And you can walk all through it. There's chimpanzees on a motorcycle. Look at that. All right, enough of that. You milked that long enough. Get these out here. What is this? Oh, I see Maid of the Mist. That has to be Niagara Falls. I will never forget when we went on Maid of the Mist, and I'm not going to tell that story, but I've got photographs to show you, and they're hilarious from the 80s. This is Niagara Falls, Canada, it says. Niagara Falls, Canada. And I know you're all going to say, oh, D. D doesn't collect everything Niagara Falls, just like I don't collect everything Philadelphia or New Jersey. D is very selective about sort of the Niagara Falls things that she likes. Anytime I've given her anything, it's been really antique. And I love, when I find, I mean like real 100-year-old antique stuff, I'll give to her. Well, now what's going on, Alabama? You look naked. You couldn't think of anything we have the state right there. But we got nothing. You're originally from where? Not too far from there. From where? Because it goes by too fast. I don't know where you're not too far from. That Alsable Chasm? I think I have. Have I got chapped lips? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, well. If I have chapped lips, I have chapped lips. Why did Alabama leave so much off of it? Alabama. I haven't seen any that are so without. Usually, most of these are just covered all over. Like this one. Must be boring in Alabama. You said it, and I didn't say it. Have I been to Alabama? Yeah, I think when we were the last time we were in, wherever we were, in Mississippi. No, we went down the Mississippi. Didn't we cross over into Alabama for a hot minute? I don't remember. Oh, from Watkins, yeah. You're not too far. So there's Louisiana. Or Louisiana, however I don't know. I think you can say it. Okay, there is Michigan. Look at the Volkswagen Beetle. That was my very first car. It was a 1976 Volkswagen Beetle. I've already told you the story. Oh, here he goes again. No, I already told you that one. So I'm not gonna tell you another story. I'm not gonna start. When I start repeating myself, you have permission to stop me. I don't want to be one of those people. Oh, here he goes. There they go again. Telling that same old story that they've told 80 times. This one is, ooh, we got a bikini. This one is Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. Can they wear bikinis in New Hampshire? Probably like 1 week out of the year, out of the summer. It gets hot in New Hampshire. I didn't know they had. Anyway. Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. You better wear that bikini when you can, sweetie. I don't think you can wear it for too long. Anybody from New Hampshire? I don't know if I have anybody that I chat with from New Hampshire. How about that? But they're out there on that beach. Now, 2 more and then we're done with these. There's Florida. And the last one we have is another Florida. And this one is the Beetle was your favorite car. I loved my little Beetle. Oh my gosh. Stick shift, no air conditioning. Remember the heater was on the floor? To control the heat, you had one lever and you just went, It had a little yellow thing on it. That was it. That was all it was. Oh my gosh. I love that little thing. 1976 Volkswagen Beetle. I think my father paid $1,000 for that in 19... I think he bought that car for me the year after I graduated from high school. Maybe the next summer, because you couldn't have cars on campus as a freshman. We could as a sophomore, but we couldn't have anything on campus as a freshman. Look at that for Florida. Florida. Okay, enough of those. So anyway, those are fun. And again, not this Monday, but the following Monday, these will be a set price. They'll probably be $5 each. And I'll probably just, hold them up quickly, whatever. And we'll pump them out and see if anybody wants them. They're neat little juice glasses to have. Okay, you ready for a... You had a Pacer? I don't know. I'm not good with cars. I have a celery. Not a stalk, but a celery to show you in a minute. You know what a celery is, don't you? Did we do all the trivia? No. What is the most expensive spice in the world? Cardamom, turmeric. You love a fish tank. What? You do? Oh, everybody's saying saffron. Wasn't there a song by somebody in the 60s called Saffron, something saffron? I don't know. The answer is, salt and pepper, you're all wrong. It's saffron. What's that song that has the word saffron in it?
It's a slender page boy.
The escalation of the scene from the ladies' pretend panic.
Oh, now they're telling us which opera we're listening to. Is anybody listening to the Met right now?
Very funny.
And it leads to an extended concertato ensemble finale.
I won't bore you with that. Saffron. Oh, the song Mellow Yellow. Yeah, but what does he say saffron in it? The word saffron is in a song. It's in Mellow Yellow? Mellow Yellow. That's right. Yeah, right? Oh, Zaffron? Wait a minute. I'm just mad about saffron. She's just mad about me. Yes. Now I'm trying to get it in my mind. But it's not getting in there, so. Mellow Yellow, I'm wild about saffron. Is he wild about the spice? I guess he had some #1 hits to afford it. The most common type of organ transplant is what? Pipe. No. What's the most common type of organ transplant? Now it's stuck in your head? Well, you have the tune stuck. I can break that earworm for you if you want. You know I can. Be happy to. Kidney.
Here is Act 2.
Drat. I turned it on too short. She said, here is Act 2, but I didn't get to hear which opera they have on right now. All right, well, what is it? It is Kidney. You guys are on fire today. Let's do the last one, and then we'll do some jokes. A day on Mars, Venus, or Earth. Wait a minute. Yeah, skin is an organ, I think. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. A day on Mars, Venus, or Earth is 24 hours, 37 minutes, and 22 seconds. Anybody know? There's a riddle. It's a trivia. You're supposed to tell us which is true. I didn't know this. A day on Mars, Venus, or Earth is 24 hours, 37 minutes, and 22 seconds. The answer is Mars. No, it's still the trivia. Mars. Couldn't be Earth, right? Earth is supposed to only be... Now you have what? Oh, Holt's, the planets stuck in your head? Was somebody singing that? The planets? That's a good one. I heard that a few years ago on the Wanamaker organ. Oh, let me get Jersey for a minute. All these people that are putting out videos burns me up, and I've seen it, you've seen it. Don't you click on them. It is clickbait, and they're trying to make money just to make money by steering you wrong. If you see these videos that say, gone forever, wah! You know, all these histrionic dramatics about say it isn't so and it isn't so. Those people don't know what they're talking about. And when they put thumbnails up, oh, here he goes. Calm down. Calm down. Yes, Macy's closed. That organ and that eagle isn't going nowhere. First of all, the organ is built into the building. But people, and I saw one where it said, gone forever, and this horrible face, and you know, and like all of Center City blowing up, and it made me mad. And I wanted to click on it and tell the person, you don't know what you're talking about, you're spreading. Yes, the store is closing, but Macy's doesn't own that building. They're only in the bottom 3 floors. And, it's a nationally, it's a preserved landmark. The owner of the building, you've been keeping up with it? Good. Wait, let me see. It's just another lesson to be careful about the stuff we see on just stirring people up for no reason. It is sad, though, that the United States is being told, well, look, I agree with you, Scott. Don't open those videos. They're just making, that's right. Whoever said, I think it was whoever said that, that's clickbait. And they put those videos out like the day after the announcement was made, and they know nothing. They probably haven't even been to Philadelphia, and they're trying to get people to click on that. And you did a segment on, yeah, exactly. So you were happy that the building is on the history? Yeah. Yeah, and absolutely. Read the news, not what you see on the net. Good news. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I grew up in the suburbs of Philly. Good. All right, happy maker, whoever you are. Good for you. Philly people and people from the Philly suburbs are Philly proud. And so anyway, I'll tell you what, go to the, there is a Wanamaker Organ Society. You guys can find it. And it's, go there and get your news. You can buy CDs, you can see videos. It's the foundation that's the official Wanamaker Organ. I think it's called Friends of the Wanamaker Organ. And it's an actual website. Yeah, I've shared it with you before, I think. And you can keep up on the news of that instrument. Anyway, enough of this. Thank you for letting me kind of jump on that. But that really roiled me when I saw this. Gone forever. All right. Now where were we? Let's do the jokes. Horoscopes, I don't do that. Oh, wait a minute, did you know? Did you know the average person blinks about 15 times a minute, adding up to roughly 21,600 blinks every day? Who counted this? Some doctoral student somewhere. These tiny aromatic movements, huh? Did I move on to something else? Oh, automatic, not... I thought I had gotten onto the definition of something else. Automatic, not aromatic. See, I have bad eyes. I've had glasses since I was 10. Wait a minute. These tiny automatic, not aromatic movements clean, moisten, and rest your eyes while giving quick refreshers to your mind. I guess we should blink more often. I need to have my mind refreshed. So it refreshes your mind. I did not know that. Did you? Did yous? Did yous? Did you know that? It does sound beautiful. That organ does sound beautiful. I know. And you've got to see it in person, just like the one in Atlantic City. Oh, the music just cascades down the walls. You feel that, you feel the music in you. You can just sit there, and when they pump out that grand orphocleide stop under, I don't know, 100 feet of pressure, your inner organs actually vibrate. It's like the gates of heaven are opening up when you hear that. You come to Atlantic City and hear that organ. And it's 60% functioning. I hope I am alive on the day that that organ is 100% functioning. It's probably going to be another 10 years. Who knows? They're still working on it. Anyway. Moon mystery. Let's go to the moon. 73 thumbs up and 156 people here. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Blink way more than... I'd blink a lot. I'm a big blinker because I have this eye that... I have a wonky eye. I'm always blinking. Okay, saber sound. Ooh. The famous hum of a Star Wars lightsaber comes from blending the motor hum of an old film projector with the buzz from a TV set. For the swoosh, the film's sound team simply waved a mic in front of a speaker playing these sounds. Oh, the good old 70s. Doesn't it seem like a million years ago? If that's how they created that sound. You want me to tell you again? The famous hum of a Star Wars lightsaber comes from the blending of the motor hum from an old film projector. We know that sound. Remember on a Saturday night, your aunt and uncle would come over and the cousins, and your father would pull up that screen. I can smell that screen. You know what that screen smelled like. It would stand up like this, and then it would do that. And they'd pull that screen up. It was gray. And then they'd start up that camera. You know that what that sounds like and smells like. That's a sound and a smell that anybody much younger than me, unless you're into old-timey stuff, and I was right on the cusp of that, but I was old enough that all of our I'm in black and white films. So I'm just like Mary Pickford. And silent. I love it. How many of us can raise our hand? Yep, I got that in common with you. Mary Pickford. How many of you are in silent films? I am. And that big light your father would bring out, and everybody's going like this, and you're going, why is everybody squinting? Because they turned like a big sun lamp on you to make those home movies. Is that a memory that we've conjured up? Okay, we just went up to 97 thumbs up, 8 millimeters. Slides. Oh, your family was a slide family. My father was a movie camera. We didn't do slides. Okay, let's see. Let's have a, where were we? All right. Lumpy doopy dum, la da da dum, bum bum, bum 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 bum. I'm just gonna stand here and hold. Look at that rolled edge. Look at that rolled edge. I have never, look, it's like the beginning of Doctor Who. Wait, where's my camera? Over here? How do I, remember when Doctor Who started like that? Anyway. Hear the geese? What is it? What? It is a sparkler. It is a sparkly sparkler, but I've never had one with a rolled edge like that. And they're not, we're not missing any teeth. When I saw it from a distance, I thought immediately, because I didn't look close up, I thought of Falstoria American, and then I got up, I said, no, it's a diamond pattern. Can you see the diamond pattern on it? I like the rolled edge. And it's a tall one. Live at the Geese Puddle. Isn't it though? How do you know it's a celery and not a vase? Good question, Susan. Ooh, who's beeping at me? You can use it as, you could use celeries as vases as well. And really, it's a celery vase, but they, you know, a lot of the celeries are tall and very thin, but a lot of times they do look like vases, and you can sure use it as a vase. There's a lot of wear around here on the bottom of it. But I was thrilled to find one without any chips on it. In the olden days, celery was kept out during mealtime and even kept out during the day in special glass items like this, and they were called celeries. Celery was, the middle class could have celery. It wasn't so rare that only wealthy folk could have it. But you couldn't just run out like we do today and get celery. And so celery with the stalks and everything would be put down in what looks like a glass vase like this, and it would be kept out on the table. And you could enjoy celery at dinner. It could be out at mealtime. And it was a very Victorian thing. They really start, after the turn of the century, they start really disappearing. I think by the time you get, I don't even think they made celeries into the 20s and 30s. I've never seen celeries. It's one of those Victorian things you'll see a lot of. And so it was also a way to show off that you could afford glass. You could afford the luxury of having celery because it wasn't something that you just ran out and got at the corner store. And so there's a lot of it made in the early American pressed glass days. So it was a showy kind of a thing. And I'll have to tell you, what time is it? I still don't know what opera that was. Somebody turn on the Met and tell me which opera they have on right now. Sure, they put some water in it, yeah, to keep the celery. That's why it's like a vase, yeah. And so today, use them as vases. Yeah, it's on NPR. NPR always carries the Met on Saturday afternoons, and I'm not listening enough to this one to know which one it is. It sounds like something by Mozart or Donizetti. It's something, it doesn't sound like one of the romantic operas. What? Good celery was hard to grow? Yeah. And it showed that it disappeared, but it shows that you had some discretionary income to have celery on your table. Anyway, this is heavy too, so I haven't looked anywhere to see the age of it, but it's pretty thick, so enough of that. Good question. Thank you for asking about the celeries. And people collect them. It can be a fun thing to collect. Celeries. Let's have some jokes. Knock, knock, who's there? Ears. Ears who? Ears another knock, knock joke. Okay, well, that was very third grade. What? You are welcome. I just happened to see you ask that. I don't get to see everything that you say. Wasn't that very third grade? Come on now. We're a little. We have a little more elevated education than that. Come on now. Let's see if we get one a little more. How many skunks does it take to stink up a neighborhood? The spooner, good question. The spooners, didn't have stems. A spooner is just usually, in other words, a spooner is usually wider. Yeah. And not nearly as tall. And normally, somebody couldn't correct me, but most spooners aren't stemmed, and there's not like a prominent foot like this. In other words, a spooner almost looks like a big overgrown sugar bowl without a lid, and it'll have two handles. A lot. Quite often there's a handle. Am I right? Now my EAPG, I'm just, So you wouldn't see a tall spooner like this on a stem with a footed base. It would be shorter. The circumference would be wider, normally wider than a celery, and no stem. Typically. There's always exceptions. Now, where were we? How many skunks does it take to stink up a neighborhood? Just a few. Just a poo. Just a pew. P-H-E-W. Awful. Yeah. Short spooners, short, wider, usually 2 handles, usually not on a stem. Usually. There are very few things in the antique world that is a definite. You can almost always find exceptions to things, right? Okay. When chicken broth was first canned, it was super, spelled S-O-U-P-E-R. No. They need to be ashamed of themselves. I'd rather see what opera this is. No, that was not good. That was below standard. What? I can't. Playing hooky is like a credit card. Fun now, pay later. Yep. That's like a lot of things in life, right? Guess it was a slow week for jokes. Yeah, grown is right. There's one more joke. Then I've got one more thing to show you. How long have we been on here? Not an hour yet, have we? Oh, it is 56 minutes. Good heavens. Teacher. See, you can have fun doing addition problems. Student. Yes, some fun. Substandard. How do you spell sum? S-U-M. Let's do a did you know? And then I'm done with this for today. We've got some more in the news. You want to have another in the news? I don't know. I've already run my mouth for an hour. Let's just look at one more thing, and we'll have one more. Did you know? Code pioneer. Let's see who a code pioneer it was. Ada Lovelace is celebrated as the first computer programmer. In 1843, she wrote a program for Charles Babbage's analytical engine and speculated that it could even process music, inspiring modern computing concepts. I had never heard of Miss Ada Lovelace. I have to read that again. When is Women's History Month? It doesn't matter. I mean, we don't have to save it until then is what I meant. Did you know Ada Lovelace? Sounds like the lady across the street from me that's always peeking through her Venetian blinds trying to find out what's going on. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I don't see anybody. I think they're gone. Or did my phone die? Huh? What? Ada. No. Who? A stripper? Oh, for Pete's sake. Ada Lovelace. Well, I don't know what she did in her spare time. Anyway, Ada Lovelace is celebrated as the first computer programmer. In 1843, she wrote a program for Charles Babbage's analytical engine and speculated that it could even process music, inspiring modern computing concepts. I love learning new things. The only problem is, the more you learn, the more you deposit into this washing machine, sometimes the harder it is to, did we have this one? Yeah, we did. It's harder to keep it all straight, isn't it? Okay, let me show you one more item And I am thrilled beyond. By the way, just to remind you that if you came in late, you can always go back and watch the rerun of the Front Seat Frivolities. It's usually not available right away because YouTube has to process it, put it into high definition, do what it does, and then usually in about an hour or so, the whole thing is there. So you can actually go back and watch it if you find it entertaining, because it stays there. There weren't any from Oregon. I don't think so. Did I say Oregon? I don't remember. I don't think I did. You ready? This is the last piece I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh. Let's have some opera. I guess if I had a smart car, my trucks are always 20 years old. I think the modern radios have a printout, or not a printout, what is it? A screen that tells you what you're listening to? I don't know. But this is just the old radio. This isn't, I don't have, what is it called? Sirius. I don't have anything that comes down from, that you pay for other than what my antenna picks up. I don't even know the lingo. You can tell. If it doesn't have vacuum tubes, I don't know what I'm talking about. How old do you think that is? Look at the etching on it, or the wheel cutting design. See the way that's wheel cut? And the flowers on the lid. And it is paper thin glass, absolutely paper thin. And I'm delighted to tell you that there are no chips on the bottom or the lid. So both pieces are in beautiful condition. I've seen a lot of glass from the 30s and the 40s that have etches that are etched like this, that are cut like this. These lines, very geometric. And so a tall, it is amazing that this is not chipped. I can't believe how delicately thin this glass is, and including the lid. So you've got a tall covered compote. So use it as a candy dish. Use it for, it's kind of big for jams and jellies, but this was probably made before the Second World War. I would put it into that 30s, 40s era. And today, I think most folk might use it as a candy dish, rather than a covered compote for jams or jellies or things at the table. It stands 10 inches tall. That's a big one, and it's beautiful. We've talked about before how, oh, it's Falstaff. That, is it? Is that what they're playing now? Wait, it went by too fast. That makes sense. Oh no, I'm gonna sell it. I prefer the romantic operas, Puccini, obviously, Wagner. Anyway, let's not get off on that. But look, so anyway, yeah, no, I'll sell it. Maybe in the next glass sale, or the next sale. I'm always selling glass. And you know what we love so much about this is, you, all year long, your different candies in there for the different seasons look wonderful. All right? jelly beans, conversation hearts, candy corn, Christmas candy, and you know, you're set for all year, all of the holidays, without having to have. Wait, who's pulled up next to me? Is that the Revive It sisters trying to get into this? No, it's somebody else. I'm kidding. I'm teasing Revive It. I loved it. I love it when I ran into Heather the last time in the store. She was filming. I wasn't. I left my camera in the car. Now, let me get this home without breaking it. That's the thing. Can I get it home without breaking it? Oh, I know what you see peeking out back here. Let me show you that. Get down in there. Okay, that's a lady going into a store. Do you see what I see? Do you see a little bit of it? Mm-hmm. What you see is a little bit of a 1930s mirror with the bevel, with the fancy edges. Can you see it back there? Right out of the 30s. And I love these mirrors. And what I'm going to be doing, what I've started doing in the bathroom at the 1925 bungalow. This is kind of big though. I'm trying to collect smaller ones, but I'm going to be covering the walls as best I can with 1930s era mirrors like that. Some of them have like some acid etching at the top, maybe some little flowers or something. But that's one of those classic 1930s. And that way, you know, there'll be a lot of reflection in the bathroom. And I think it'll look nice in there to do that. I don't know. Well, that's it. I haven't got anything else for you. Want to chat for another minute and we'll call it quits? What time is it? Well, it's only 20 after, but I don't mean to broadcast for so long. Yeah, brighten up a small room. Not in the shower. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Anyway. That's the end of my, I don't know what it was. Did you hear it? Yeah, I better get out of here. Drat, I was in the middle of telling you something. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was telling you. So I guess that's it, because I can't remember what I was talking about now. The mirrors in the shower. No, I do have a big window. You know, I don't think they put windows necessarily in bathrooms anymore unless it's almost like a transom window way up top. But of course in the old houses. So literally in my shower stall is a huge window. But since the house was built in 1925, it may have had what they call a shower bath. And if you go, no, I lost it. If you go back and look, you'll know, often folks would have the big clawfoot tub and there would be a shower ring, a circular ring that you just stand in like a tube, and the heavy cloth curtain would go all around you, but you could stand in the tub and just be in this little circular curtain. You've all seen pictures, you know what I'm talking about. That's called a shower bath. And so some of those houses where there's a big window right over the tub may have had one of those originally, so that water wasn't like, but in my bathroom, the sill is marble under the window, and the water doesn't stand there, and I just wipe it off. I don't know. I don't know why I got on that. Something about, how many of you have windows in your bathroom? Over your, a big window in your tub? No, I didn't see a car crash. You could hear it that well? Your old house had that tub, shower, window arrangement? Yeah. Yeah, you do. And do you put like that plastic curtain up? I know some people, I remember being in somebody's house where they had like a plastic curtain, but it just gets nasty. I don't know, when water, I guess you have to clean it. You have a small window. Now the window in your shower, is it up above, almost like where a transom would be? Or is it like, mine is a big, my window is just as big as any window in the house. Ew. Yeah, you remember those plastic curtain? It was almost like shower curtain, but it was for a window in the shower over the tub. Your window, it's frosted, so you don't have a curtain. Ah, Now the sun is... You live in Cleveland. Yeah, well, my bathroom window faces my neighbor's dining room bay window. So where's Ada Lovelace when you need her? That's it. I got to get out of here. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the extended version today. I think this was a long one, of the front seat frivolities. It's always fun when you guys join me for this. And go back and watch the whole thing if you get a chance. We'll see you Monday night here on the OCS channel, and I'll be joined by Patrick the Trusty Huckster for our Unbreakables live sale. And I know I will be selling that beautiful biscuit tin that looks like cloisonne. I'm also going to be selling those wonderful Japanese dolls from the 1950s. And I've got a set of mini books, the whole complete set of 10. I might have a lamp. Ooh, I can't think what else. I don't know. I'll try to do a preview. But hopefully we'll see you Sunday night, Monday night. And now, if you are getting ready to settle in and enjoy the thrill of the thrift, the vintage Vinny, and I think the Pamela Blanchard, whoever comes on from Saturday onward, enjoy yourselves. Until then, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, saying thanks for watching. You're all going to have to meow at the same time with me. Get ready. Thanks for watching. Wait for the cat. Meow. And so long for now. So long, good folk. Oh. Okay, turn it off. Where is it? Right there. Oh, my baby.